What up, everybody? So, putting on the chin strap, strongly encourage you, hey, if you ever ride a OneWheel, man, make sure you have a helmet on. That is the wisest decision that you can make. So I am cruising to CVS to get a couple of shots. This is right after our snowstorm that we had in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's a beautiful day, and I don't feel like driving to the CVS. It's always more enjoyable to ride the OneWheel than to drive to the CVS. So I'm on my O-Dub, I'm about to leave the crib, and I am fairly new on the O-Dub. I've had it for a couple of months, probably have about 4 weeks of riding in actually. And so I don't know how to pop up or pop over a curb, and I have not gone off a curb yet. I took a nosedive the first week, and my shoulder was is very sore, and so before I start doing any crazy stuff, I'm gonna make sure my shoulder is good. Checking my shorts, I think I might have rubbed my OneWheel up against my white shorts and left a black mark, but I'm good to go. I am good to go, no marks. So whenever I leave the crib, I'm always faced with this question: do I take the sidewalk on the right, which is much safer, or do I take the street that's wide open? I prefer the street because you just have so much room to maneuver. You can carve. But when I am on the street, I always make sure I'm doing a good job of paying attention. And you can see this car coming up on me. That's the rear view. On the right side of the screen is what is behind me. This is a 360 video, my first 360 video. So my editing skills are pretty limited, but as I make more videos, hopefully my videos will be much better. Anyways, so I'm cruising to the CVS. The game plan is to go down this street about 1.5 miles, jump on the trail, and then that will take me pretty close to the CVS. Jump off the trail, get on the sidewalk, and then make my way to the CVS, get my shots. I'm getting a couple shots, getting a shingle shot and getting a tetanus shot. I haven't had a tetanus shot in a long time, and my mom has been on me about getting the shingle shot. We've had a couple friends who've gotten shingles, and it's been a very painful experience for them. So my mom and brother ended up getting the shingle shot, and then when I went and talked to my doctor, or saw my doctor for my physical, she strongly encouraged me to get the shingle shot. So I am cruising to CVS. Insurance is going to pay for it, and why not go ahead and get it and be safe? So as I'm riding to the shop, one of the things I realized is I forgot to bring my insurance card. So I won't be able to get the shot for free unless I have my insurance card. And you can see my reaction right here, right when I realize that. Right about here, it dawns on me, dude, you don't have your insurance card. I'm like, oh man. Look back, I need to pull a UE. I'll wait for this car to come past me. Check again, make sure I'm good on all sides. Pull a UE right here. Whenever I'm on the street, I make sure I am safe before I pull a UE or make a turn or cross a lane or anything like that. So now I'm heading back home to get my insurance card. And so I get my insurance card, start heading back to the CVS. Then I realize I did not bring a mask. I get to the same spot or a little bit further past the same spot, and I have to go back to the crib a second time to get my mask. And so I'm thinking to myself, man, I might as well just go ahead and drive to the CVS. This is crazy. But I'm like, man, it's such a beautiful day. I don't want to drive. I do want to ride my OneWheel. And so I'm about to stop the video right here because there's no need for you to see me go there, go back to the crib, back and forth twice. So I cut off the video. Now here is the video where I am cruising down back on the street, a few blocks away from getting on the trail. And so I'm just cruising, carving a little bit. About to hit a right here and jump up on the trail. One of the things that I like to do whenever I ride my OneWheel is I like listening to music, but what I enjoy more than listening to music is listening to podcasts. I download a number of podcasts. Most of them are from the BBC News. They have some incredible podcasts. So my favorite is Outlook, and Outlook is basically about ordinary people sharing their stories, and some of the people have incredible stories, unbelievable stories that have been movies or books have been made about these folks and their stories. And another one that's really cool that I just listened to is called I Am Not a Monster. And it's a very cool podcast. It's basically, he becomes a biker, just past that biker. But basically, it's about a lady who marries an American lady, U.S. citizen, who falls in love and marries a guy who is an immigrant from, I think, Pakistan or Morocco. I can't remember what country, but he's Muslim. And he gets turned on by ISIS and decides that he wants to fight with ISIS in Syria. And according to his wife's story, she gets tricked into going to Syria and taking her family to Syria. I think she has a boy and two girls, or two boys and a girl. But anyways, it's a very interesting, well put together 10 episode podcast. Strongly encourage you to listen to that if you're into podcasts. It's very entertaining and very good. You will not be bored. The guy who does it does a great job of putting it together. Another podcast that I like to listen to is called Witness History. Obviously, it's about history. It's really well put together. Each episode is about 9 minutes long, and they pick some really interesting topics. And I've learned a lot about history. It is very fascinating. And so that's another podcast I like to listen to, because you can get so much information in such a short time. And another one that I like to listen to is from the BBC News. It's called Documentary. And it's really interesting. It's a much longer one. It can last from 20 minutes to 50 minutes, and they pick a lot of different topics. They go over a lot of different things, and it's really interesting. It's like I said, it's a little bit longer. Sometimes it might take a ride or two to listen to the whole episode, but it's really good. I really enjoy listening to those podcasts. And then I do have a few other podcasts that I listen to, but I really enjoy listening to podcasts more than I do listening to music. But then there's some times where I'm in the mood where I want to just listen to music. I want to cruise, I want to carve, I want to ride kind of hard. And so I'm listening to some music, whether it's fast-paced music or whatever it is, whatever I feel like I want to listen to. Sometimes it's just kind of chill out music, and I just kind of want to flow and just do some really nice long carves and not go as fast, but just kind of chill. So I am either listening to a podcast or music when I ride my OneWheel, but I like to listen to something. Very rarely will I ride my OneWheel and not listen to anything. Sometimes if I want to clear my head and just want to collect my thoughts, then I won't listen to anything. But I would say about 95% of the time I'm listening to something. Kind of acknowledge these people, slow down a little bit. One of the things I want to do when I'm riding my OneWheel, whenever I come up on people on the trail, especially if they're on my side, slow down, make sure that they feel comfortable, not cruise by them really fast to make them upset or anything. Always want people to know that folks in the OneWheel community are very respectful. This is a bridge that I always slow down to when I come across it. It's a bridge that I had my first major wipeout on. Here's some maintenance workers or some folks doing some type of work, and slow down again. and just showing them how just being respectful and just want to have a good reputation as far as folks in the OneWheel community want to portray themselves as being responsible and respectful to folks on the trail. But back to that bridge, I took a major wipeout on that bridge. It was my first wipeout, and getting a text. But anyways, so whenever I come up on that bridge, out of respect for the bridge, I slow down. Sometimes I bow my head just to show respect to the bridge. So we are coming up to the place where I'm supposed to get off the trail. In a few seconds on the right-hand side, you'll see some buildings, and that's where the CVS is located. So I'm gonna keep riding until I get to this little area where it kind of closes the trail. It's like a white there. You can see it on the right-hand side. This little roadblock, I guess you can say. So I'm going to get off my OneWheel right here. I don't want to go up that really steep incline and may suffer from pushback and have a bad experience. So I'm just gonna walk up here, set my OneWheel down. When I do so, this young lady who's walking right by me, she sees the OneWheel, she says, "Whoa, that's cool." I said, "Thank you." And I am about to jump back on the OneWheel. So this is the first time I've ever taken the OneWheel to a store or to a location. Normally when I ride my OneWheel, I'm just cruising, just riding the trails or riding in the street and just cruising around, not actually going to a specific place to get something. So I'm about to pull up to a major street crossing, and kind of was a little nervous to get over to this island area right here because these cars are coming by, and just wanted to make sure I was safe. And so I kind of bailed, jumped off the OneWheel, and excuse the camera, 360 camera's doing some weird angles. Amazon passing by. I'm about to cruise over to the island after this Amazon truck goes by. I think I'm good to go. Kind of look over both shoulders, make sure I'm good. Get across the street, and then I am going to push this button here and just kind of chill until I get the thumbs up to cross the street. And so I'm just waiting. So I'm crossing the street right here, making my way to the CVS.
Working on me, working on me, yeah. Life is life, I'm always on the move. Always searching for the antidote. Always falling short, I know we know. But he's still right in and love me though. My friends hit me on the radio. I still gotta make this payment though. I can't lie, boy, I mess up, but I still stay blessed though. Beauty, I'm a beast in my casa, yeah. Ricky Bobby gotta go faster, yeah. Gotta have God in me casa, yeah. Feeling like I'm young and faster, yeah. I ain't messing with the scars. I done came way too far, way too far. Too late at the bars.
And I made it to the CVS in one piece. I'm gonna stop right here.
Coming to be great, ain't coming to be great. So I think I'm for the way.
Pull out my mask from my backpack, put that on. Two things I strongly encourage you to wear: your helmet and your mask. And then I'm gonna go into the CVS and get my shots and head back home. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
I'm sick of all these people acting like they perfect, but they not. We all fall short, all this glory made us all